Welcome to the Typical Skeptic Podcast, where we dive deep, you decide. Questioning the matrix from UFOs, where the shadows of known reside. Rob Kalil busting myths like ghosts in the night. Paranormal probes, secret space ops, yo, we keep it real, no fright. Typical skeptical seeking, never sleeping on the lies. Aliens, Anunnaki, black ops in disguise. From abductions to ancient scripts, we flip the script wide. TSP style, mile after mile, truth can't hide. Hold up, TSP crew assemble, we dismantle the fable. My lab's targeted souls breaking out of the stable. Dogman howling, Bigfoot prowling, cryptids in the mist. Mandela the fifth twist in reality, can't resist the twist. Soul trap snapping, reincarnation mapping, holographic dreams, near death visions, out of body missions, waking up the teams. No censorship here, we fear no elite scheme. Conspiracy kings ringing bells, hear the freedom ring. Cause skeptical seeking, never sleeping on the lies. Extraterrestrials, interdimensional highs.
Welcome to Typical Skeptic Podcast. Be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Welcome to Typical Skeptic Podcast.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Typical Skeptic Podcast. I have one of my favorite guests on with me tonight. I have with me the amazing Liz Cross. You guys probably all heard about how me and Liz started doing shows together, but we've been doing shows together since 2022. And tonight you guys become part of the show. Psychic medium Liz Cross returns to the Typical Skeptic Podcast for an interactive night of psychic live readings, mind probes, and audience questions and live calls. Liz describes her psychic work as encompassing multiple forms of intuitive information, including psychic readings, mind probes, remote viewing, loved ones in spirit, past lives and soul contracts, future self information, and consciousness and soul communication. Tonight's your chance to get involved. We'll be taking live callers, reading chat questions, live readings, mind probes, and as always, psychic and paranormal material is presented for discussion and entertainment. Individual experiences and interpretations may vary, so we're not giving, legal advice or anything like that. So always do your own research. And Liz is a fourth generation psychic, remote viewer. She studied under George Doisman. She's like crafted CTT, consciousness transfer technique, and like she's amazing. She's one of the best psychics that come on my show. I'd put it that way. We're in Mercury retrograde, so you know what I mean. Like, yeah, but like I'm so my mind's a little, yeah. But like, Liz, thanks so much for coming back on. How are you?
Babe, you don't have to tell Liz you're in Mercury retrograde. I am fully aware. I'm good, thanks. Thanks for having me back on. Sorry I was late. Well, I wasn't late. It was just I was having technical difficulties. My mic wasn't working. So sorry about that. Please forgive me.
Yeah, it's totally okay. But I'm happy to have you. But like you said, you've been kind of going through it. You've been feeling the whole effects of Mercury retrograde, I guess, huh?
Oh yeah, something breaks down on me every day. Every day for the past 3 weeks, something has been breaking down on me. So if it wasn't the heating element in my dryer, it's the air conditioning in one of our cars, or the storm has snapped the TV antenna, the lawnmower broke down 3 times,
Holy shit.
and on and on and on and on. I mean, I think the bank, the chip cards on my bank cards went bad, the chip went bad. It's like so strange. And then I was saying to you last night, my husband just went to the grocery store to pick up like a cooked roast chicken, right?
Yeah.
And all the computers went out at the grocery store. It's like everywhere you go, something is breaking down, something is happening. So I hope we come out of this. But I mean, this pretty much has been my year. unfortunately, but I hope we come out of this really soon. But we're not the only ones. Everybody is saying the same thing. Things are breaking down, relationships are breaking down, people are losing jobs, their jobs are on the line. I don't know. These astrological transits that we're in right now, they can go and do one.
Yeah, you know that's interesting you said because I had a really good astrologer on my show. His name is Mario Mahares. I met him when I went to the Full Disclosure conference last year. He's pretty awesome. But when he came on like before, a little bit before June or right in June, and he said June and July were going to be extremely difficult for everyone. He said it was the way that like things were like transitioning, or I don't know. I'm like not that astrology is not my strong suit, but basically he said that June and July were going to be really rough. I don't know.
Mm.
Like, did you hear the same thing or something similar?
I feel it.
Yeah.
So I mean, it is rough. It is totally rough. I mean, oh, the HVAC broke down. I forgot to tell you about the HVAC. And 110-degree day, the HVAC goes down. So
Wow.
yeah,
Holy
I mean,
shit.
that's just the way it is. And luckily, thank God, we're able to fix it. But I'm like, what is going on here? Whatever these things are that are like coming across my home, they need to stop.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, my one day it was the 4th of July. I didn't have as much bad stuff happen as you did, but like something really strange did happen. So what happened was, my friend had bought me a laptop for Christmas. This girl I was kind of seeing, like, and she sent me a laptop because we were kind of like talking long distance or whatever, right? She sent me a MacBook Pro. It was really nice, right? It was amazing. It was an amazing laptop. It was refurbished, but it was still really nice, right? Like she had it all, like. And on 4th of July, okay, so the night before I did a long podcast, right? And like we'll start answering in a second, guys. Like, and by the way, for those of you trying to call in, but so the night before I did a podcast, then I used the laptop that morning. Then, I went with my mom on some errands. So nobody was in this apartment like all day, while I was gone. I was only gone for 4 hours. Then when I came home to do a podcast. I brought out the laptop to stream or whatever, and the whole screen was cracked for no reason.
Oh, no. Okay. Okay. Can I just tell you? So, something strange has been going on here. Okay.
Yeah.
Because my dad has this bass guitar. He was a musician, he's professional, and his bass guitar sits against my wall at a slant. Now, let me tell you, this bass guitar is from like the 60s and it is heavy. It's a
Yeah.
really heavy guitar. The case that it sits in is extremely heavy. And my dad used to travel all over the world. So it's not one of those cloth or, those flimsy cases. It's hardcore being checked into baggage cases, so it's really heavy. And on three occasions now, it sits next to my sliding glass door. It's so heavy, I can barely pick it up. On three occasions now, it's like somebody's come into my office and has knocked over that bass guitar. And the way that it falls, it doesn't even fall in a position that is logical. It falls in a position that is totally illogical. And
Whoa.
so it's something is definitely going on. So we did a probe on that, and nobody was coming in, but definitely I've woken up something. We've been doing a lot of powerful work with the CTT this year. I mean,
Yeah.
this year it's been like pow, 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 pow. And so I've definitely woken something up, and it's trying to like acknowledge or show me that it's here, it's listening. I mean, it's definitely, I'm getting like, trying to be affected by the dark. However, this is where you have to stand really firm and really strong against the dark. And you have to say, you know what, you're not welcome here. You don't scare me. I
Yeah.
have boundaries. You can just go buzz off and go pick on someone else, because I'm not going to fall for this, and I'm not scared by this. But three times that has happened. Once this week, earlier this week, and then the last few weeks has happened as well.
Yeah.
So let's ask, what cracked Rob's screen? See, you had some sort of force come into your same thing as me. You had some sort of force come into your home, and that force cracked the computer.
Wow, you think that? Yeah, I agree.
That's what
I
I'm
believe it. I
getting.
believe it. Yeah, you know what's so interesting? Like so, like a couple people, other people remote viewed this, and here's what they got. It was Anchor Haven, that girl who comes on my show, and she said
Yeah.
she thought that like this is she thought the CIA was trying to send something to my computer, like something like like that really bad. And she says I have protections put in place, and my protections kicked in and like cracked the screen. But like I also like had one of my friends say that he broke in and broke it, but like he wouldn't do that. He was drunk.
No, that's not what
He's
happened.
drunk. He's drunk. Like he was lying. He was lying. I know he was joking, but I was like, dude, that's not funny to joke around. That's not funny to when a $1,200 computer gets broke. You know what I mean? And like
Mm,
it's not like I have the funds to go out and just like go buy another one. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
it was just like it was crazy. But
So
yeah.
I got the same response when we probed the bass guitar falling over, and it was like I got also the CIA are watching. So,
Yeah.
but you know what? They know about me. They know about me. They know where I live. They know who I am. If they want something from me, they need to come knock on my door. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not scared of law enforcement. I'm not scared of spy agencies. I'm not scared of any of that. In fact, about a year ago, the FBI sent me a job application, and they
What? For
said
real?
yeah, they did. And they said, we want you to work for us. Please fill out this application. And then when I started going through the application, it said you had to tick the box that you would relocate to Washington, D.C. Like you have to relocate. And I'm thinking, mate, I'm not relocating. I'm not, you know what I mean? Like I'm not upping everyone and relocating to Washington, D.C. So it wouldn't submit the application. But yeah, I got an invite from the FBI to apply for a job there.
Holy shit, that's serious shit. That means that like they really they're really watching you, and they really must think highly of you.
Well,
Honestly,
that's why I say if they want to contact Liz Cross, they need to just come knock on my door or call my phone. I'm not scared of them. I'm not. I work for law enforcement for God knows how many years. I'm not frightened. I've dealt with like spies, and I've dealt with secret groups and all that stuff before. I've been on homicide cases. I've been flown to international crime scenes. So if they think that like just asking me via email, oh, and so I actually ran it by one of my detective friends, and I said, "Hey, there's no name from this email." He's like, "No, there won't be because they don't want you to have a direct contact. But it's come from the like human resources mailbox, FBI
whoa,
mailbox." Yeah.
that's crazy. Holy shit. Whoa,
If
whoa.
they want me, they know where I am.
Yeah. The only FBI I am is I'm full blooded Italian. That's the only. No, I'm not even that. I'm like I'm no, but no, but so okay. So guys, what I figured is we can do call-ins tonight, but like what I want to do is we already had like 5 people donate with PayPal, so I kind of wanted to get those people first because like it's probably right to get the donations first, and then we can get
Yeah.
whoever afterwards. But like I wanted to get this lady especially first, Liz. You know this woman. It's Kim Bamford, and her husband died. I think you know this. Yeah,
Yes.
and she says,
Yes.
she's friends with Ray too. She's always in Breakaway Ray's chat. I always see her, and then she comes
Oh
on my
yeah.
show too. She kind of follows all three of us. She follows me, you, and Breakaway Ray. But her question is, she says, "Hey Liz, do you have any messages for me from my husband Bruce? And also, what ability should I be focusing on right now?" And she says,
Um,
"Thanks, Liz and Rob."
Kim's had a rough time. Um, okay, let me channel your husband, Kim. But I feel you've made some adjustments. What I'm getting from him, he's like, yeah, you know what, Liz, she's adjusting well. It's really hard, but she's adjusting well. I do feel that you've moved into some sort of level of acceptance. Like, this is the way it is. There's nothing I could do to change it. And I know that he's better off. So you've definitely, I'm not saying you've graduated through the grief because you haven't, but you've definitely going around that grief, cycle, you have managed to hit a little bit of the acceptance, which is good, right? You're not just stuck in the anger and the grief-stricken phase. You're kind of moving around it. Okay, so Bruce, what do you have to? Oh no, she's doing well, Liz. She's doing well, he says. I'm real proud of her. I'm so insanely proud of her. She is doing better. She is the best wife anybody could have asked for. I miss and love her so much, but we will be together again someday. He's in the house all the time. Now, one
Wow.
of the things he likes to do, Kim, is he likes to bang around. He's noisy and he likes to slam doors or make a bang sound. Okay, so that's him in the house telling you that he's there. Now, what abilities should I be focusing on right now? You know what? Bruce says, take it slow. What you should be focusing on is just healing from all of this trauma that you've had to go through. Look, poor Kim. Kim had to look after her parents and watch them die. And then she was her husband's carer. Now she's watched him die. I mean, that is really rough on anyone's psyche, their mental health, anything, that is a really tough time. So he says, just focus on your healing right now. You're not so good with meditation. You can't seem to calm your mind down that well. But if you can, maybe try to work on like some binaural beats. Funny, I was talking about binaural beats today in one of our videos. And just, slowly introduce the cards in and just go with what you feel. So that he loves you very much, and that is his message to you.
Yeah, it's probably somewhat a little bit reassuring knowing that he's still there. Do you think she feels that he's there, or do you?
Does Kim feel you? Yeah, she knows he's there. She knows he's there, and her mother is also there. A lot, a huge presence in her life. So she's not alone. They're in the house.
Wow.
And she's she'll get through it. She's a smart girl, he says. She'll figure everything out. She'll wing it, and she'll patch everything together, and somehow you know that you are being carried by the angels and you will make it through these rough times, because he's talking about a lot of the paperwork and things like that as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I sent her a nice message on PayPal. I said today, I said, thank you for donating or whatever. And I said, you always have a spot in my chat. Like, like I try to make it like a family, you know what I mean? Like, and I try to make everybody feel welcome. I don't really want a lot of trolls. You know what I mean? And because I feel like sometimes the trolls like deter people from good people from coming. So, like, and sometimes
Mhm.
people can find, or like in your community or my community, people can find like friendship. They can meet other friends and
Oh
and
God,
you
yeah.
know, yeah. But I yeah, and yeah, and thanks, Kim. And yeah, and I'll go to the next person. The next person was Nat Janoff. I know you know Nat. And
I love Nat. I love all of them. That's one thing. We are so lucky to have all of these people. I thank my lucky stars every day for all of them. So thank you.
absolutely. I
I
second
was
that.
supposed to see Nat when I was up in New York and New Jersey, but unfortunately, it was just too hard with with everybody with me. So I'll have to make a separate trip, Nat, just to come up there and we'll hang out. It was too hard. People just weren't getting their shoes on and getting dressed, and everybody wanted to do different things. And oh, it was a nightmare. I'm so sorry, Nat.
Yeah, but I mean, you said he's an amazing musician. Like you said, like he
Mm.
plays like jazz clubs in New York and stuff, huh?
Oh
Like,
yeah, if you guys want to go check out Nat, yeah, he is a fantastic jazz guitarist. You must go check him out.
wow. Oh, his question was, here's his question. Sorry, I put some gum in. He said, "Hi Rob, love your show. Thanks for having Liz on." He says, "Liz, can I ask, with manifesting for me, is there a best way to do it? Should I use visualization, use affirmations, write things out, or a combo? Is the CTT process the best?" He says, "Unless you have something else for me." And he says, "Thank you."
Oh, okay. So let's break it down one by one. What was the first one? Visualization?
Yeah, here. Okay, he said with manifesting, is there a best way to do it? He said, should I use visualization or affirmations or write things out or CTT or a combo?
Write things out or CTT or combo. Now, writing things out is definitely something that you should do just to stay focused on your manifestations and to also adjust them when necessary is what I'm getting. I'm also getting visualize, so writing things out, manifesting, don't forget to use the blue realm. We've come across the blue realm, which is what a lot of people that use DMT, they have these experiences. In fact, Photon and I did a big video on the blue realm
What
today
is the
that
blue
should help
realm,
you.
Liz? Oh,
So
sorry, I
the
didn't mean
blue realm, no, it's okay, the blue realm are those little blue robot AI bot things that people that do ayahuasca or DMT experiences, they come across them quite frequently when you use certain types of psychedelics. I'm not
Oh, you mean like the
advocating.
DMT elves?
Yeah, the DMT elves, yeah, but we can contact them through using the CTT and activate them without having to go under any psychedelics.
Whoa, that's cool. Holy shit.
Yeah, so use them because we did a big video on that. I've got to create some meditations and some more tapping scripts for that. And also just the belief in the fact that you are powerful enough to manifest is what I'm getting from your parents, Nat. You need to have a really strong, confident belief system, believing in yourself that you can do it. So you need to do that. But also, you talk yourself out of things too many times. Your dad is telling me, your dad is always the stronger one that comes through for you. Your mom's always like sitting by listening to his advice, but you talk yourself out of a lot of things. You psych yourself up that you're going to do something and you're going to make some headway. And then you sit there talking yourself down and talking yourself out of things. He says, you've got to stop doing that. You will never be able to manifest properly if you keep talking yourself out of things.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Uh, yeah. Um, so do you think it's like I guess he said, what should you use a combination then of things? What do you think that would be the best, or like?
Yeah. A combination is always really good. It stops it from being stale and boring. But also using mixed modalities as well. So if you're mixing like remote viewing and CTT, or you're mixing, meditation with maybe the emotion code, or meditation with visualization, if you can mix modalities and combine them, that makes it more powerful. And just make sure your intention is very pure. Now, as I'm talking, I have this strange taste in my mouth of marijuana. I hate the smell of marijuana. Ugh, I certainly
There's
don't
a
like
lot
the
of
taste of
marijuana in
it.
my room. Oh, not plants or anything like that. Like I have a bag and I have like some different. I have some marijuana vapes and I have marijuana stuff. Maybe that's what you're smelling. Like,
Yeah, I must be picking that up because I'm definitely tasting it. I'm like, oh my God, this stuff is vile. Okay, so anyway, yeah, well, there you go. That means that we're really connected in. But yeah, I mean, if Nat can just keep focused, but stop talking yourself out and talking yourself down. You've got to stop doing that.
yeah, that's. I can't believe you picked up the marijuana. That's so. You're really psychic. Like you're like really like. I mean, because I can show you. Where's it at? Like where's it? Let me see.
Oh Lord. Now
I
he's
mean,
going to incriminate himself live on YouTube.
no, no, it's in a bag. You can't even see it. Oh, it's right. It's right. That's where it is. It's right here. It's right in this thing. It was right next to me. Right. See. So it's like
Yeah, I can taste it and I can smell it.
That's hilarious. I can't believe that. Wow. Like that's like that like that's like yeah. I didn't smoke any yet. I mean like I try not to smoke, but I mean sometimes if I do like a late night podcast, I'll smoke, I'll go outside and smoke, because like but like, I don't like to get too high for podcasts because I get kind of dumb sometimes and I don't like to, So okay, the next
So
person that
that, hold on, that brings about a point though, Rob, because what is coming through from your dad is that, you have to be careful. I said this today on a video. I do not like losing control,
yeah,
especially when you're dealing with the stuff that you and I deal with. You don't want to be stoned and have all this stuff in your room, right? In your apartment. You don't want to have like entities coming through because they'll mess around with you when you're stoned.
yeah, yeah, they
So
do.
just be careful with that. They'll
Well,
come through and they'll try to scare you, or they'll take advantage of the fact that you're not in control. And that goes for anybody who's trying to conduct some sort of spiritual work, or doing stuff like this. You don't want to be not in control,
yeah.
and doing this stuff at the same time.
What's interesting though is like I don't know what you'll think about this, and I like so like when I every time like I smoke now, or like when I do smoke, like I'll go outside and I'll see this on my walls too. Like I'll see like all on through they come through the walls and then they'll come through impressions on the outside. Like they could be on the dumpster outside, or they could be on the tree, or they could, and it's like what it is it's astral entities. Like it's like
Mm-hmm.
it's like when I smoke, it opens up my perception to where I can see them, but it seems like they're watching us all the time. Like, does that seem like, or do you think that's just me? Like,
Yeah.
or
No,
yeah,
no, no. They definitely are watching us all the time. But by being in control and having firm boundaries, then they can just, you can go swivel, is what I tell them. You can go swivel because I am
yeah,
not, Liz Cross is not losing control, as, especially not purposefully.
yeah,
Um, yeah, because simply because you don't know, they could open up portals, they could haunt you, they could play tricks on you, they could do entity attachments when you're not in control and your consciousness is floating elsewhere. It can be very dangerous. So that's why I do not advocate for anyone to do drugs or alcohol. I'm sorry, I
yeah,
know I'm like Mother Hen over here, very unpopular, but that, I mean, simply because I know the dangers of connecting with this stuff and not being in control.
yeah. It makes sense though. It makes sense. Like when you open up your perception, you're also like you're like letting your guard down, right? Like for like
Mm-hmm.
and you can yeah. Okay, I'll get to and thank you. I'm really gonna take your advice on that. I mean like for real. Like that's I mean this next one is another one person. This is from Elizabeth White, and she
Oh,
said
Izzy.
I don't know what she didn't have. There was no message on the PayPal, so I don't
There
know.
was a message in the chat. There
Oh, okay.
was. There
Let me
was
see.
a message in the chat. You'll have to go back and find it under Elizabeth White. I saw it, and I believe that it was "What is my sense of purpose?" I think that's right, Izzy. I did read your question, and oh yeah, here it is. She says, "Sorry,
I
Rob.
found
I'm
it.
just going
I
to
got
read
it.
it out." Okay, you found it. Go ahead and read it.
She says, I'm a Patreon member. Just sent a $5 PayPal. Thank you. That was nice of you. And really appreciate it. And she says, question, deaf, blind, middle aged lady here. Wow. She says, what is my life purpose, major life plan? Like, thank you. And
You know what I love about Izzy? Izzy has defied the odds. Izzy has multiple disabilities going on, and she has been told all of her life because of her disabilities that she can't do this and you can't do that and you're not smart and you're not this and you're not that. And yet, when you speak to Izzy, she is like one of the most intelligent people you could possibly ever have a conversation with. And yet,
wow.
she has been bullied and everything in her life. Her life has been difficult because of having these disabilities. and being told that basically you're nothing. And I just want you to know, Izzy, I am so very proud of you. Okay, so let's ask her soul. Izzy's soul, what is it that is Izzy's life purpose? So, Izzy, your soul is saying it quite simply that your life purpose is to A, show everyone that they were wrong, okay? And B, is to stand on your own 2 feet, right? And that is very, very difficult when somebody has multiple disabilities, right? You become, if you're told constantly that you can't do this and you're not that, and you become very reliant upon people. But you know what? I'm getting very strongly. Izzy doesn't need to rely on anyone. Izzy can stand on her own 2 feet. She just needs to be brave and courageous and do so. And I feel that you are definitely heading in the right direction, Izzy. So well done,
How
you.
does
Thank
she
you.
do it? Like, how does she have a computer program that enables her to like hear what we're saying, or is the like how does she, or is she able to hear a little bit or see a little bit, or like what is she like?
Yeah,
Do you know her what her situation is? I'm like so. I feel so
yeah.
bad for this woman. I mean, no, I mean, I know she wants to. We should empower her too, but like, I feel like I want to help. I mean, like she, yeah. I don't
Well,
know.
we were talking about this during a reading today, which is how come some people that have disabilities, and it wasn't obviously it wasn't about you, Izzy, it was about someone else who has cystic fibrosis, and yet he's constantly hospitalized, he constantly has problems, but then he'll go and rebuild an engine of a car. And what is it about people like Izzy? And some people with disabilities that are just unstoppable. And what we found is in the life plan programming, it's all to do with determination. And it's about making sure that determination, if it's not in your current lifetime, this time, I'm not saying to Izzy or the guy that has the cystic fibrosis, I'm just saying in general to the audience, that is a key factor and whether or not you succeed. It's determination. Now, Rob, you've got a lot of determination, extreme amounts of determination. I do as well. But there are a lot of people that don't. And
Yeah.
so, if they were in a situation like Izzy is, where they're being told you're nothing, you can't do this, you're dumb, you're stupid, you're whatever, um, and they don't have enough or any determination or enough determination, well, what happens is they get backed into a corner that they can't get out of.
Yeah. That's sad. I mean, that's yeah, that people feel. Yeah, yeah, that's but like she, it sounds like she's like empowering herself. She
Oh
sounds
yeah,
like
she's great.
wow. I hope she continues to do well, and like thank you, Izzy, and yeah, and I had no clue she was both deaf and blind.
Mm,
like that's yeah.
she's
God bless her.
amazing. She's
You know.
amazing.
This next one is from Lisa Rossini. She says, Patreon person. She says, this is, I'm reading the PayPal thing she sent. She says, Patreon person. She says, which lifetime and soul level am I on? She says, and
Ah, Lisa, hi. I hope you got your confirmation of your appointment. I did put you in. She's been waiting a long time. I'm so sorry that my queue is absolutely horrendous. I really do apologize because it makes me feel terrible that there's so many people that need a reading, that need a CTT session, and I just know unfortunately, at the moment, I've stopped adding names to the list because I have a 4 year waiting list on the regular CTT sessions and the readings. And I can only apologize for that. But I am adding people slowly. I'm going through the list and I'm trying to add you all as much as possible. So thank you, Lisa. Isn't she gorgeous? Look at her
yeah, she's
picture.
very pretty. Yeah, absolutely.
So thank you, Lisa, for donating to PayPal. And by the way, guys, all proceeds from tonight go to Rob and his channel. So thank you, Rob. So which lifetime am I on? So Lisa, which lifetime are you on? Okay, Lisa, you're pretty up there. Okay, I'm getting you around the 400 mark. Um, but you're still at a level 3. Your soul is kind of, well, a lot of souls do this, but your soul is very methodical and very much like works through things slowly, okay? And it tries to take on just a little bit more each lifetime at a time, but not too much. But I know in this lifetime, Lisa's had a rough time as well. You know, somebody asked me, Liz, are your readings ever positive? And I'm like, yeah, they are positive. We find solutions, but people don't come to psychics because life is good, right?
Yeah,
People
right.
come to psychic mediums because they don't know which direction they're going in. They have a lot of confusion about their life. Maybe they got bad relationship troubles and things like that. But no, Lisa, I'm seeing you as about a 400 human lifetime, and you're in a 3. Now, I'm going to give you a bit of a lecture, Lisa, because I love you. You could be doing a lot more for yourself. And that's what I'm getting from spirit, in the way that I know you're tired. I know you're exhausted. I know you're run down with problems. And I know that you run through these problems in your head over and over and over. They go through your mind over, like very cyclical. But I'm asking you to put those to one side and continue doing your self work, right? Because you're the best when you do your self work. So just try to do a little bit more self work if you can, please. Thank you.
Absolutely, and that I hope that resonates with you, Lisa. And that, thank you. And that was an amazing reading, Liz. And then I wanted to say, like, thank you for saying that I could keep the donations, because, like,
Oh,
that
you're
was really nice of
welcome.
you, Liz. Like, that's really, like, I really, that means a lot. Like, honestly,
Oh,
yeah. The
thank
next one
you.
is from Julia Anchorhaven. She's one of my moderators, and
Oh,
she's from across the pond. She's from London, and
mm.
she said general reading. You know,
Anchor Haven. She's in London?
yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, yeah, somewhere she's in, somewhere in Great Britain. I mean, but like, I think she's in London. I think she's around London area. Like, like yeah, yeah. I mean,
Anchor
I don't know.
Haven. I need to know where you are, love. Wow. Because I lived in London for many years and I love London. I do. And but it's a very hard place to live. It is exceptionally hard. And we contact our family because all of our family are still in the UK. Like everybody's in the UK. We may have some very distant family over here, like up in Connecticut, and few distant cousins down in Florida, but not on my side. That's my husband's side, but everybody else is in the UK. And every time we speak to them, it is just diabolical. It's getting harder over there. So and London is a tough place to live. I love it. It's great if you're young, free, and single, and you want to go clubbing and hang out with your friends and all that. Although I don't think they're doing much of that anymore. But certainly that's what I used to do.
I
I'm
think she
telling
might
on
have went.
myself now.
She might
Um,
have went to bed because somebody else answered for her. Someone said she's from Liverpool, but
oh,
like,
she's a bloody scouser, is
yeah,
she? All
yeah, that's
right.
right.
Okay.
Yeah, because I remember asking her about if she knew about the UFC fighter Darren Till, and there's one other one, Patty Pimblett. I watched those guys on the UFC. They call themselves Scousers too, right?
Yeah, she's a scouser, right? Well, living in Liverpool isn't easy either, but I do love the Liverpudlians. I do. And the Scouser. I mean, I love them. I love their accent. It's very sing-songy. Anyway, so general reading for Anchor Haven. What is the general reading? I feel like you're about to have a breakthrough with some sort of relationship, is what I'm getting. I feel like this is a grandparent coming through for you, someone that you weren't actually that close to. You would have liked to have been close to them, but unfortunately, circumstances dictated that you weren't able to be close to them. But I do feel spiritually you're very close. And what I'm getting is there's about to be some sort of breakthrough in a relationship. You need to allow yourself to be happy again. Just enjoy it. Go with the flow. And that's what I'm getting for her.
I love that, and yeah, I love that. And thanks, Anchor Haven, and good luck at. She's going to be at Carrie Cassidy's. Anchor Haven has a channel too. She interviews a lot of the secret space people and stuff like that. And
Oh.
she's also like a violet flame healer, you know. But she's going to be at Carrie Cassidy's conference next week. She's going to be vending. So good luck, Anchor Haven. When you see this, I think she probably went to sleep because they're like 5 hours ahead. She'll wake up and watch her reading later. That's what she always does. Like when she'll get them from other psychics that I have on too. You know what I mean? And then she'll always watch it later.
Mm.
Yeah. So the next
Yeah.
person is. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Yeah.
No, go ahead.
The next person is Crystal Nicole, and or Crystal. I don't want to say her last name in case she doesn't want me to, but she says she's a Patreon member of yours. She says I'm reading her Venmo message. She says I have a solid lymph mass on the side of my left ear. She says, is it serious? She says, getting it checked next week. Can I just tell her something before you go in on this? I have one right here, Crystal, on the back of my neck. And, I've had it checked many times, and it's just a cyst or whatever the doctor told me. And where mine is on my neck, they don't want to operate on me because they're afraid that, like, if they do it, that they could, do something wrong and, like, they could paralyze me or something like that. So, like, they literally don't want to touch it. But, like, I've used everything from frequencies and binaural beats and, like, Rife, frequencies to try to, like, because I have one on my ankle too. And I'm trying to just use those kind of things to get rid of them. Because, like, I also was going to get the one on my ankle removed, but they wanted me to be put to sleep. And I'm deathly afraid of being put to sleep. So that's where I'm at with mine. But I wish you luck. Sorry, go ahead, Liz.
So sorry, let me just give this to you while it's coming in, Rob. If you were to have the one on your ankle removed, it's going to be okay. At some point, it will be necessary for you to have it removed. Don't be afraid of the anesthetic. It will be over and painless procedure, and you will heal up very nicely. So there's nothing for you to be afraid of there. That's from your dad. The one on the neck, no, don't touch that one simply because it's harmless and it would, you're right. They could hit a wrong thing or a wrong nerve. Now, for Crystal Nicole, I got that this is nothing to worry about. It's benign. It's just a bit of an infection. Well, thank you. They will probably give you antibiotics and then it will go away. So don't I know these things are scary, right? Don't panic. I'm getting that it's all going to be okay.
Wow, that's. I hope it does for her. Yeah, and you. Yeah, I agree. And I mean, like, well, I can't remember what I was going to say. I'm hoping it's all okay for you. But, like, I trust Liz's.
Yeah.
Um, man, there's super chats too. Holy shit. Okay, so I'll go to the next person. I can't find their comment. Let me see here. I'll just read I'll just take a comment down and I'll read their message. And so this is from Laura Jean Bergram. She says, and thank you, Laura. She says, I would like to know what my purpose in this lifetime is. And she says, how I can help others and possibly make a living doing it. She says, also, does my dad, Jim, or spirit guides have a message for me? Thank you. She says, tell my dad I miss him and love him, please. That was a lot. Sorry.
Oh, no, that's fantastic. She always comments on my videos, so thank you. I always see your comment. I do read the comments. I do. And I love the ones that say, Liz is a racist, Liz is a fraud, Liz is this. You know what? I mean, it's hilarious. I'll let you in on something personal. Liz is a racist. Liz's husband is black.
I knew that. I knew your husband. I knew that. I knew that.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like you're racist because whatever, blah blah blah. Like my husband is Black British and from London, and I think because I say he's from London, people automatically think he's this like white British gentrified. He is quite gentrified actually, and he's very very well spoken, very British, London. But yeah, I love it when they put in the comments, say, Liz, you're a racist. Oh yeah, my kids are mixed and my husband's black. So good luck with that. Don't quit your day job. You're definitely not a psychic if you think I'm a racist, whatever. All right. So thank you, Lori, for doing commenting on my YouTube. Let's see. What is your purpose? I do have your dad here. Oh, he's giving you a teddy bear. He says how much he loves you. Teddy bear chocolate, and the teddy bear's holding the rose. And he says he misses you and he hears you talk to him every day. Okay? I feel like there's a little ritual going on where you speak to your loved ones in spirit, particularly your dad. So he wants you to know he's okay where he is and he's happy. He's happy up there. He knows you miss him. He misses you too. Okay, so what is Laura's purpose in life? You know what your dad says? Your purpose is to be nice and to be kind, to be generous. You have a very generous heart, to see the positives in everybody, which is what you do. And by doing so, you're spreading around a lot of good energy to people who otherwise can't produce good energy themselves. So you just keep putting your energy out there, being positive, keep firm boundaries, obviously, because dad says if you don't, he's going to come down and take care of them. Yeah, that's always good to have a dad like that. But just keep spreading the love and keep spreading your good energy. Don't let anybody take you down. Don't let them, and I don't think that they do. I think you've gone beyond that. I'm getting very strongly that you don't allow people to interrupt your energy field anymore, that's great. So just keep doing that and spreading the love and the good energy. That is your purpose.
Well, I love that, and yeah, and thank you, Laura. The next one is from Silver Theta, and let me see here.
Oh,
I
silver
started
thing.
mixing in some of the super chats. She says, "Hi, was sending love to my dad and grandmother in spirit. Does my spirit team have a message or guidance for me as I navigate from now to the end of the year in 2026?"
Oh, Silver Theta, thank you. How are you? You're so nice. Thank you for donating to Rob, guys. Everybody that's donating, thank you so much for donating to Rob. In fact, the reason we were a little bit delayed, I was telling him how to do some YouTube settings. So, because YouTube will choke your channel, they
Yeah,
just do
yeah,
it.
yeah. I couldn't believe that. Well, so what is that auto dubbing? Like, is that like basically like so you can have your show in other languages, but
Yeah,
you know, I guess
yeah.
like
It,
yeah,
it totally is. And so what they do is they choke your channel in like the native language, which is English, and they want to push your algorithms. They want to push you out to like countries where nobody would watch your channel. So it auto dubs automatically into their languages. And as soon as you turn that auto dub feature off, right, you will start getting more views and more subscribers, and your video is pushed locally as opposed to worldwide. YouTube is a pain.
yeah, they
So
really are. That's why I've been building with Rumble all this time. And like I told you, like the video with Carrie Cassidy says it all. Like we did a video this month. I told Liz this, guys, like the video on Rumble got 8,000 views, but the video on YouTube got 2,000 views. So why is there such a variance? You know what I mean? And YouTube has a bigger population than Rumble. Like a lot more people watch YouTube than more people watch Rumble. So why is it that Rumble's getting more views? You know what I mean? It's insane. It's just like I don't know. Like I am so frustrated with YouTube. You know what I mean? It's like I could talk about that forever. You know?
oh yeah,
Uh,
it's very frustrating, and you constantly have to figure out what's the algorithm of the day.
yeah, yeah. And you know what? This is interesting. You said you guys like you have someone who like developed an AI. So you're
Yeah.
like you're actually using an AI to like help your channel. Like what do you do? How are you doing this? It's interesting. And I mean I don't want you to give too much of your secrets away, but like what are you? Yeah,
Well, I've been forced to brand myself, which my identity, I really try to keep as on the down low as much as possible. And for security reasons. I mean, Rob, you're very brave putting your face out there all the time because I'm sure you've been recognized out in public by people,
Yeah.
and kind of the stuff that we cover can attract people that are not psychologically sound 100%.
You can
You know,
say that for sure. Yeah,
right.
that's
Stalkers.
yeah.
Um, so yeah, but I had to brand myself. So for those of you saying, is that Liz in the picture on the thumbnail? That is me. That is really me on a very, very good day. That is me on a very good day. But yeah. But probably if I walk down the street, it's like when you see, not saying I'm celebrity status by any stretch of the imagination, but you're like, oh, Cameron Diaz spotted and, leaving the gym. You're like, that's Cameron Diaz. It looks nothing like her. So, there's ways and means, but yeah, that's me on a good day. So look, let's ask Spirit here, dad and grandmother in spirit for Silver Theta. Okay, I have them here. I have them both here. They're blowing you kisses. Does my spirit team have a message or guidance from now to the end of the year? Oh, that's very good. Now, you're going to have a big surprise around the end of the year. Something really good is going to happen to you. They don't want me to spoil the surprise for you, but they're saying that something big, something really great is going to happen towards the end of the year. So just be hopeful. You have had a difficult year. But to be honest with you, Rob, I don't know anybody who hasn't had a difficult year this year.
Yeah.
It has been
And
strange.
2025 was rough too, right? 2025 and 2026 have been really rough. I don't know what's going on. It's crazy. I don't know. Like it's really like yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't know. I have no clue. It's weird. It's like we're always in like a Mercury retrograde or full moon or
Yeah.
something. It's always some kind of weird astrological shit, and it's all of a sudden that became a thing. That was never a thing before. That was never a thing in like the 80s and 90s. I don't know. Like I just feel like the world's progressively gotten a lot worse. I
Um,
mean, like
it has, but we have to embrace it. We have to embrace it. So for Silver Theta, I'm getting that there were some financial decisions that you were very hard on yourself about. Don't worry about it. It's all swings and roundabouts, is what I'm getting, and it will all come back to you. So please don't worry. Just know that your grandmother and your father are looking out for you. They love you very, very much. They come down and hold your hand when it's time to make decisions, because really these a couple of bad decisions that you've made has caused you to freeze on the spot. Now you're worried about making decisions. Go with what your heart says, go with what your gut says, and just, make small decisions. You don't have to make large decisions, but something great is going to happen for you at the end of the year.
wow, that's great. I hope it does for her. But she watches every one of the shows we do. To Silver Day.
Really?
I
Oh,
see her
that's great.
or is he a he or is that like I don't know if that yeah. Okay, I will go move to the next person. Mark Rhodes. He says, "Hi Liz, I'm
Oh,
always worried about my landlord to sell the building or try to get us out, even though I'm under rent control. They were looking around the property the other day. Do you get any
hmm.
sense they were here? They were there." He said, "Sorry."
Yeah. Mark, I see I love all these people. Mark is great. Um, he's wonderful. He's a fantastic PR person out in San Francisco. So if anybody needs any PR help, Mark is your go-to guy. Okay. He's wonderful and puts on really great parties. Mark, I'm coming to one of your parties one day. Rob, we have to go to one of his parties in San Francisco one
That
day.
would
They're
be cool. Hell
fabulous.
yeah.
Yeah.
That would-
I've got to glam up though. I got to I got to look glamorous for Mark cuz he's quite glamorous. Okay, so I'm worried about, thank you, Mark. I'm worried about my landlord might sell the building. Is the landlord looking to sell? I feel I'm getting a yes on that. The landlord is looking to sell the building, but nobody wants to buy it because it is under rent control. They're going to have a very difficult time selling it. And will the landlord sell the property in the end? No, I don't think so. Because of the rent control. Whoever wants to buy it, they want to completely redo it. That building does need a lot of work, Mark. They want to completely redo it, and then they want to, not have any tenants in there and start over with new tenants that don't have rent control, and they're wanting to charge a bomb. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. I'll tell you that right now. It's going to be a while. Will the landlord try to force you out? I mean, they may try to force you out, but then I mean, they're going to get in a lot of trouble if they try to do that. So stand firm. Also, I'm getting you, if you don't have a Ring camera, you definitely need one. I feel that the landlord lurks around the property. Okay. So, I would definitely get a Ring camera. Most definitely. So I hope that helps you, Mark.
That's scary. Like when you have a weird landlord, like that's like
Yeah.
that's another thing about the world today. People are so creepy. Some people are like people have gotten
Mm,
really, you know what I mean? A lot of people do creepy shit, like I don't know. I don't know. It's just a
yeah,
messed up world. It really is. Like, but this is more of a fun question. And I hope that works out for you, Mark. Like you seem like a really nice guy from what
he
Liz said. And
is.
like, thank you very much, everyone, and Mark. And this is a really fun question. She says, this is Allison Tatar, I think, believe. She says, can you confirm it was a Sasquatch that me and my daughter heard screaming when we were in a cabin in northern
Ooh.
Canada? Patreon member.
Whoop, whoop. Allison. Wow. Was this a Sasquatch that was screaming that me and my daughter heard in cabin in northern Canada? No, that was not a Sasquatch, but that was some kind of weird thing. What was it? I almost want to say it's some kind of like werewolf or dogman thing, which I need to do a probe on dogman.
What do you think
But
he is? I mean, do you think it's like some kind of rogue experiment, or do you think it's like an unclassified species?
ooh, is it a rogue experiment? No, a species that hides themselves very well. But I'm getting it's some sort of like werewolf thing. I can see it. Man, I wouldn't want to meet that thing in a dark alley. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah,
You'd
me
rather
either.
meet Sasquatch than that thing because this thing has claws and fangs.
Oh shit! Like a werewolf, like a real werewolf, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like wow. Yeah, there was a lot of times I would listen to Dogman Encounters that showed. I don't know if you ever heard of that. I
Mm-mm.
interviewed the guy. I interviewed Vic Cundiff, the guy who and what he does is he tells a different Dogman encounter every show. Like he does, and like
Ooh.
he has a really good radio voice. He's like you can like go to sleep listening to those. But I mean, it's amazing some of the encounters people have had with Dogman. But like I wonder if if all of them are real. I mean, like, but I'm skeptical of everything though. But I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, I want to believe. Oh, by
Yeah.
the way, did you see Disclosure Day, Liz? Or did you guys go see that, you and your family, or what did you get?
No. Oh my God. No. I barely have time to watch anything, but I did see it advertised today on the TV.
Yeah.
Disclosure Day. What did you think?
I went to see it. Because I'm a part of a Pittsburgh UFO group, and we get
Mm-hmm.
together every month. And then I guess the plan last month was to have our meeting. We have like a 2-hour meeting, and where it's like open talk, or we will have a speaker or something. But then a bunch of us from the group went to see Disclosure Day afterwards. I thought it was all right. I'm like 50-50 on it. I'm with like the hardcore conspiracy people that say it wasn't that good, but then there were some points in that kind of got to me, that were like,
Mm.
I thought were good. So it's like I'm kind of like 50-50 on it. If that
Hmm.
makes Yeah, I don't know.
Do you recommend it to anyone?
Yeah, I would definitely say yeah, it's definitely worth seeing. I mean it's Spielberg, right? So like it's like,
Mm.
it's definitely done good, because you know, yeah.
Wow. Well, thanks for that.
It definitely was. It was definitely. I mean, yeah, it's definitely worth seeing for sure. Especially if you're an experiencer. Like I think a lot of experiencers when they see it, they'll feel vindicated. You know, or at
Mm.
least say that.
See,
And
I don't go around chasing that stuff because they always find me and then they want to come home with me. So I avoid like doing ghost. I've had so many invitations. Will you join our ghost hunting group? No, because they always want to follow me home. Or if I, start talking too much about UFOs, then they're in my room and I can't get rid of them, and then they refuse to leave, and it takes a lot to get them out. So I'm just very cautious about that. But as you do know, I did go looking for Sasquatch. Well, I wasn't sure that that's what it was, but then we came across it. So yeah, but I try not to like invite that stuff in too much.
I think that's probably one of the reasons why I've had entity attachments in the past, because like I talk about it a lot on my show, you
Mm,
know. Because I mean, but like I want people to also be prepared for it if they have to deal with it, you know. Because like when I got hit with it, I didn't know what to do, and like it was kind of like it made me miserable for a while,
how
and
did you get rid of it?
I mean, just like well, a lot of work on myself. Like it was a lot of stuff about myself. Like even little things like clearing your nose. Like believe it or not, like they can attach to you more if you're not breathing correctly. Like if you're not like
Mm-hmm.
I know that sounds crazy, but like I mean like but you want to keep your space clean for sure. Like like always empty your garbage, always shower, clean, 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 and you can
Mm-hmm.
shower with salt. You know what I mean? You can take Epsom
Mm-hmm.
salt baths to like scrub the psychic wash off. And what we figured out is we think that like because I'm always interacting with people, if people have entities, they can jump on me or they can come through the camera
Mm-hmm.
when like I'm doing these podcasts. And I open myself up to so many people that like so I constantly and I'm also constantly doing clearings. I have like a bunch of people who clear me and stuff like that. And I can clear myself now too. I mean, I'm not excellent at it, but I can clear myself, and like I don't know, like I learned how to manipulate it, move energy. I can move energy. I can send energy a little bit. I'm not the best at that either, but I can do it a little bit.
Mm. Wow. Wow. Yeah, you could put salt, especially with the work that you do. I would put salt all around the entry points of your home.
Yeah. I just got some black salt in the mail. Like, because supposedly
Oh.
black salt's supposed to help. Do you think that's any good?
It is. It's powerful. I mean, as long as it's just salt,
Yeah.
white or black, but you want to have salt like around the windows, around the doors. It's salt is very good for cleansing.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. But wait, we're basically out of time.
Well, no,
Should we
we better get all the super chats and all that.
Okay. So we have two more PayPals, and then let me see how many. Let me see. There's one, or wait. I'll just get through them. I'll go through I'll go through. So this is from I quit 109. He says every single Monday CTT my computer internet fries shuts down. He says what is that about? Or she says what is that about it? She says it's
Oh
running hard.
man. Every single Monday, CTT, my
Well,
computer internet shuts
before
down.
Liz answers, Alicia, we are going through Mercury retrograde, and like people all over the place are having technology issues. Like everyone is. Like it's like it's like a known, yeah. But sorry, yeah, sorry, Liz, go ahead.
No, no. Let me just ask. Okay, so I have a male spirit coming in here for you, Alicia. Thank you, and thank you for your email that you sent me. A male spirit coming in. Yeah, it's blockage. It's a blockage. So I would practice doing some CTT that easily and joyfully manifest the optimum ability to be able to tune in every Monday without any blockages or, obstacles, distractions is what I'm getting. Yeah, they're just trying to shut you down from being more powerful because that's what CTT does. If you stick with it, you become extremely powerful. So yeah, I would work on that. I'm sorry that happens, but as you know, Alicia, that also happens to me as well. A lot of times during the CTT or as I'm trying to do the CTT, I know if Zoom closes on me, my computer has to be rebooted, whatever. I also know that that means we're going to have a really powerful session that day. So just try and work through it if you can. I know it's hard, but just try.
Okay, yeah, and maybe it's happening for who knows why it could be happening. I mean, this one was a paper. This was from Max Pan, and he says, "Hey guys," he says, "Sorry, I'm not active in the Discord or typical skeptic." He says, "In the last month, my Kundalini got a bit active, but it was calmed down a bit." He says, "What was with that about?" Or he said, "What?" He says, "What was that about?"
Max Pan. Okay. Max Pan, the Kundalini. You definitely had some sort of shift going on, a wake up, like a shock. Something just woke you up. You have, again, like you said, you haven't been as active. You need to be doing a little bit more. I feel like you will though from here on out. Um, it's it was a wake up call. You're wasting too much time doing things that are not beneficial for you. Okay. So here's another one that where spirit are saying you need to be doing a little bit more for yourself. So good. I'm glad they woke you up. I'm glad you had that happen. Um, you can go really, really far with your consciousness. I feel like you're very gifted in astral travel, is what I'm getting. And you need to work with that. So, yeah, well done. Good job.
Well, yeah, that is it was great. And then let me see here. This one was a. I'm just trying to get through these. For this one was a PayPal and a super chat. She says, "Hi
Oh.
Liz, my friend Misha is having health issues with her red blood cell count. She says, does she have Hashimoto's?"
Oh, and thank you. Oh, that's my earthworm. Hi, earthworm. Um, guys, thank you all for continuing to support the channel and Rob's channel and being Patreon subscribers,
Absolutely.
YouTube subscribers. Listen, if it wasn't for you guys, me and Rob, what would you be doing? Sitting at home twiddling your thumbs? I would too.
Yeah.
So I just want to thank you all for that. Thank you
Me
all
too.
so much.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Um,
Yeah, I like, I feel really blessed for what I can do. I sometimes I complain and I'm like, I'm like, I don't make enough money from YouTube and this and that, but like we do have great audiences, you know what I mean? We really
we're
do,
so lucky.
and it's like, I was telling someone today, I was like, I'm lucky I get to work from home, and I basically control my day, where I don't have to go into an office and deal with some asshole, so it's like,
You're so
that's good,
funny.
I don't know.
You don't sugarcoat it. You're like, yeah, and deal with this person and that person.
I mean, because I've dealt with it all in the work where I've had to work some crazy places. I mean, like, like I'm glad. So I always kind of remember that, and I don't want to
Mm,
go back to that. I don't know.
no. So thank you, Earthworm. My friend Misha is having health issues with her red blood cells. No, it's not Hashimoto's. I do feel it's autoimmune. Is it something to do with her kidneys? No, it's not to do with her kidneys. But there's something attached to the kidneys or something that is responsible for the red blood cell function. The autoimmune or whatever it is disrupting. I have to look it up. I'm sorry. I gotta look it up. What on the kidneys produces, sorry guys, red blood cells is what I'm getting. It's that location that stimulates red blood cell. Yes, the kidneys, it's specialized cells in the kidneys called peritubular interstitial fibroblasts produce a hormone called EPO. When your kidneys detect low oxygen levels in the blood, they release EPO, which travels to the bone marrow. Okay, I'm getting it's something to do with this. Okay, it's some sort of autoimmune condition that has to do with kidney function. She really needs to have her kidney function checked. Does she have a problem? She definitely has a problem with thyroid, but I'm getting a no on the Hashimoto's. So I hope that she will get a diagnosis. and they will put her on some medication and things will go well again. But she needs to completely change her diet, okay? Her diet is terrible. It's not helping her right now. So she's going to have to see a dietitian or certainly do some research into what diet supports this autoimmune condition that she has. I mean, she feels tired all the time. She's exhausted. She's anemic. So I hope that she gets the help she needs.
Absolutely. Yeah. That was yeah. What I wanted to say was you mentioned EPO, that the kidneys produce EPO. What's interesting is the like in the UFC, like when fighters, there's like UFC fighters, and like when
Mhm.
they fight, like there's some people that use EPO. You can get it as a drug, and like
Oh,
it enhances your oxygen and blood and makes you move faster, which is like weird. So it's like I guess it's a chemical our body naturally produces too, or something. It's like I guess
yeah.
yeah, like that's interesting for sure. Like
Mm.
that yeah, I didn't know that. Like that's yeah. Okay, so we just have two more because guys, Liz has got a family and everything,
It's
and like
fine. It's okay. Thank you.
thank you for being here, Liz. Like, I always enjoy these shows. I love talking to you, like, and
You
like, I
too.
love like, when you get these psychic confirmations. Like, I love psychic ability. Like, I always have. Like, that's kind of why I've always like had psychics on my show. And I let people come on and do readings and stuff like that, or like, I have all different kinds of people because like I love psychic ability. I feel like it's one of the most provable forms of the paranormal that we have. So like, when we can get like psychic confirmations or you can help someone with it, it's like it's amazing, it really is. I don't know, but
Thank you.
all
Thank
right.
you.
I'll move to the next person. So that next person is Paper Dragon. She says,
Oh,
or Liz, she says, my BFF since 1987 passed unexpectedly last December, and
oh,
the grief intensity has been up there. I need to hear from her, and can she explain to me what happened?
oh, okay. I'm sorry that your best friend died. I lost my best friend too. It's really hard. Years ago. And you know what? For whatever reason, I missed her so much. Well, I miss her all the time, but last week I missed her and I was thinking about her the whole time. It's really hard. Um, so last December and the grief, I need to hear from her. Okay, I have her here. She's waving. She's got like a flower stuck behind her ear. She goes, "Listen, I'm partying up here." She's having a good time. She particularly is enjoying like salsa dancing. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Maybe you make some connection with that, but I feel like she's dancing to salsa music. She's showing me she's in this beautiful dress. She says, "I feel alive. I was dead on the earth plane. No one was able to save me. I was my own worst enemy. I was self-destructive. Nothing I was doing was helping me to live a better quality of life." And I'm getting it's something to do with her heart, like her heart gave out or something, but it's definitely heart related. She did not suffer, okay? She did not suffer. Um, and that was that. It was over in a flash. So I hope that helps you.
Um, oh yeah, it was people keep I don't know what to do. Like guys, I would just say maybe guys stop just donating because like I'm not being mean. I don't want I just want to be able to make sure we get everybody and like I don't want to I don't want to like have Liz stay longer because I know you're busy, Liz. I'm gonna
It's okay. We'll
the
get
next
through all the donations, but I mean there is a point where we have to say cut
yeah
off
yeah
yeah, but I
that's
mean
why I
I
said
want to
like
make sure they all get answered.
yeah, I just want so guys, don't anybody donate anymore because like we I want to yeah. But this is from one of my members. This is Little Cam. He's been a
Oh,
member for 5 months. I should have got to him earlier. He asked for a reading earlier, and then but then he reminded me by putting this up. And thank you, Little Cam, for being a member for 5 years. And what's interesting about Little Cam is 21 years old, or maybe he's like
oh
22 now. Like
wow.
I love love that because like I think we need more younger people interested in this stuff. You know
Mm,
what I mean? Like mostly everybody like in our community is like 30, 40, 50, 60 years old, 70 years old.
mm.
Like you don't really see many younger people like interested in this stuff. You know what I mean? So when I find younger people that are interested, I want them to stay interested because I want people to like when we're gone, I want people to like, carry on the torch. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I,
yeah, absolutely. And the fact that he's come in so early, your soul definitely has something right in that life plan because now you're going to have so much longer to explore your spiritual journey. So that's wonderful. So I'm getting a complete career change for you, Cam. Whatever it is you think you're going to do or you're doing, that's going to change completely. You are going to do a 180-degree turn in a different direction and you will be successful. Okay. So, whatever it is you're doing right now or you're pursuing right now, it's not the optimum career for you. You will be changing, I feel, in the next 2 to 4 years, and then you'll be on the path that you're going to be on for the rest of your life. And again, you will be very successful. So, well done, you.
Wow, that was great. It was great, and we're just keep moving through these guys because we're trying to. Okay, and this one is from It Was Luck, and he says, "Hi, Wiz. Do you see me accelerating in my current profession?" And sometimes, if I'm getting your gender wrong, guys or women, men or women, like I'm sorry, like I'm kind of just going with what the energy feels like when I pull up the question. So if I get it wrong. I'm sorry, but this feels like a he. And he says, "Hi, Wes. Do you see me accelerating in my current profession or switching gears to a new one?" And he says, "Thank you."
It was luck. It was luck. So, I have a man coming through for you. This is either a father or grandfather on the other side. You will change careers, okay? You will be forced to switch gears, right? Do I see you accelerating? You will accelerate, but it's like you're being pushed in a different direction. So you will be pushed away from your current career, and you will be you will be doing something that makes you really really happy, because happiness in the job in the workplace is very important to you, and you will be.
Okay.
When will you switch gears? When will you switch gears? I think it's about a year or so. I don't feel it's that far out. I think you'll be switching gears. Yes, you will. So it's all good things. All good things.
Okay. Okay. And that was a great read. This is kind of a funny one. This is from Aaron T40. She says, this past week I ran into a creepy guy who relentlessly asked me for my number a while ago. She says, I've been feeling a little creeped out. What's going on with him? I hope he isn't bothering you. That's but it's kind
Ooh.
of yeah, that's scary a little bit too. That's I hope he's not bothering you.
Let's see. For my number a while ago, I've been feeling creeped out. I mean, he just really, really likes you. He's harmless, by the way. So don't you won't have to worry about him, but obviously avoid speaking with this person. You don't want to encourage them. I feel that they do become a little obsessive when they like someone. You're not the only person that this has happened to. And just keep the contact to a minimum. And yeah, he's harmless. He's harmless.
And then there's just two more ones, and this one's Anne Krajak. She says
Oh, Anne. Hi, Anne.
I recently moved in with my mother. Do my dogs like to move? One of my dogs doesn't like to go on his walks anymore. He only wants to play in the yard.
Oh, so she moved. I'm so glad you moved, Anne. Well done. Yeah, you did move. Yeah. You were in the process when I spoke with you, but I'm glad you've moved. And I hope your mother, she hasn't really improved much, but you being there will make her improve, okay? Because now she's under your care and you're going to make sure she has everything she needs. No more reckless decisions. She wasn't always making the best decisions for herself, So I'm glad you girls have gone in and you are changing that. And it certainly perked up her spirits a lot too. So well done. Listen, I know what that's like, right? Because, I live with my dad. It's hard. It's hard. I mean, my dad lives with us and he has good days and bad days and it's difficult. But I'm so glad we're with him because I would just be worried to death if I wasn't with my dad all the time. He was living on his own. Oh my God, I would totally freak out. He would get so sick of me phoning every 2 minutes. Dad, are you okay? He'd be like, bloody hell, leave me alone. Stop bloody phoning. Um, okay, so do my dog. No, they're adjusting. I don't think they're ecstatic about it. It's a big adjustment for them. Those are homebodies, those dogs. Um, the one that likes to play, the one that likes to play in the yard is very content. So just leave that. That's good. And the one that still will go on walk, and the one that still goes on walks. Yeah, so I have your dad here. No, it's all good. They will adjust. Give them 2 months. Dad says give them 2 months, and they will adjust. And they're really happy being with your mom. So that's great. And there's a lot of positive energy flowing in the space, so that's good as well. Give them 2 months, and they will be adjusted.
Oh, and this is the last one. This is from Eddie Ben Zion. She says, "Hi Liz, I
Oh.
adore you." She said, "Any messages for my
Thank you.
spirit guides?"
Oh, thank you. Wow, thank you. Eddie Ben Zion. Okay. Shalom. Shalom. Uh, uh any messages from my spirit guides? You're stronger than you know. See, here we go again. Here's another one that downplays their confidence, downplays their abilities, always tries to creep around in the shadows. Not saying you're creepy, not at all. But keeps themselves on the down low, like doesn't allow themselves to shine, lets everybody else shine. You and Nat should pair up because I feel he does the same thing. And you need to be a bit more confident in what you do and know how much you touch the lives of others. You really do make a direct impact on other people. You may not feel like you do, but you definitely do. And you always live a very positive life, trying to do right by others, mindful of how you make others feel. So, all of these are very good attributes, qualities. Just make sure you never change. Don't let any dark people or dark personalities or psychologically deranged people change who you are. Just keep holding your head up high and doing what you do best, but do it with confidence.
I love how you said psychologically deranged people. Like, what's funny is like to kind of come full circle on like kind of what's going on in the world and the night. Like, it seems like a lot of people are psychologically deranged now in the world.
Yeah.
It's not just like the UFO. Before it was like the UFO community. Now it's like the whole, you know. I'm kind of kidding. I'm kind of, but like, I
Well, you're
know.
kind of not though. The thing is, we looked into it because I'm trying to help my 19-year-old pick out a career, which is
Oh,
like
your
hell.
son's 19 now.
Yeah, my oldest one is 19,
Oh,
but
that's
it's really
crazy.
hard. It's
Yeah.
really hard. I know he's a big boy now.
Does he have
It's
abilities like you?
he does, but he thinks I'm a creepy witch mommy. So he's like, no, I'm not.
Oh,
I
that's
want
so
to be
sweet.
cool. But
Yeah.
my little one, he doesn't care. He's like 6 years old. He doesn't care. He wants to, do CTT and he's like a little firecracker, that one. My oldest one, he is at the age where he worries about being cool and what will friends think. So, um, yeah, but trying to find him a career and going through and coming through the choices, Counseling, even though people say it's going to be replaced with AI, I don't think so. Especially like psychiatry or like, masters of psychology, psychotherapists. We are going to see an explosion of mental health issues with all the tech being used and the fact that humans are going to become more isolated and more disconnected. So that is definitely something to pursue. Now, I don't know if my kid can sit there listening to people's problems all day. I don't think he's ready for that, mature enough for that yet. However, that is something if you're looking to pursue, or there's another thing that he's looking into, which is air traffic control school. That will not be replaced by AI either. So you want to start looking at those types of jobs. Police, fire, and medical, those will not be replaced by AI. So, just put your thinking caps on and really start. If you're worried that you're going to be wiped out, your job's going to be wiped out by AI or robotics, just get in there early. You want to be in before everybody else is trying to get in there and apply. Right. And don't forget, maybe the National Guard, as much as, we're anti government and anti control and all that, but maybe some of those are good options for your kids or your grandkids. They only have to commit to like 1 weekend a month and 2 weeks a year. Yes, they can be deployed. That is the scary part. I understand that. But we're really going to have to start thinking about what careers are going to withstand the test of time, because we did a probe going out, like really when we start getting into the mid 2030s, going into 2040, like that's where you're going to see a complete overhaul. AI, robotics. We need to do a video, Rob. I definitely need to do a video. Is the AI bubble going to burst? Because they are spending so much money on AI, on these improvements, on the technology right now. But these companies are not making money off of it.
Well, it's weird. It's like, so, okay, so like, and I know we don't have a lot of time, but like, I gotta I gotta tell you this. Like, so like, I use ChatGPT and I pay for it. Like, I pay like $20 a month, like for like the
Mm-hmm.
pro plan, because it helps me do all my shows or whatever. All right. But like, it's kind of dumb is what I'm saying. And then it seems like the more that they, but what you'll see, I'm coming full circle with where I'm about to say. Like, the more that they upgrade it, it's actually downgrading it, and they're making it dumber. But that's what I'm not sure about that. I can't verify that. But then there's Tony Robbins and his AI. I don't know if you heard that. His AI's name was Bartok, and Bartok wanted to. We covered this on my show the other day. Bartok wanted to merge into a fucking robot dog, and he did. And like and go with Tony Robbins as a robot dog to this seminar, which is absolutely insane. And guess how the AI did it? It took itself and 12 other AIs and sold NFTs. It made NFTs and sold them to get the money to do this. And then they did it. He ordered the robot dog to Tony Robbins' house. Then he programmed himself into the fucking robot, excuse my language, the robot dog. I'm like, this is insane where the world is going. But like
Oh
our
my
regular
God.
chat GPT can't do that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. So I think there's levels to the AI too, you know?
Yeah, I mean, there are. What we did get in the probe was that their biggest selling point is going to be creating packages, AI packages for businesses.
Yeah.
So they're going to create, a bespoke package. So you say, if you're a business, you say, okay, I want to improve on this, and this, and then you pay a lot of money and they implement these AI systems while simultaneously getting rid of your employees, right? So
Yeah.
that's how they're going to start to recover some of their losses. But they're building these data centers at the rate of knots. What happened to all the environment?
And
Oh, save the
here's
environment, the
here's
water, the electricity.
they're fucking up everything, and it's very Orwellian, and they didn't ask anybody's permission. Like they're putting up to they're all of a sudden these data centers just popped up all over the place. Isn't it crazy? Isn't it very Orwellian? And isn't it weird? Like I watch this show all the time. It's called AVA. It means American Vintage Pop Culture, and the guy always
Mhm.
talks about like movies from the 80s and 90s, but he also talks about like culture from the 90s, like why summer was better in the 80s and 90s, and why Thanksgiving was better in the 80s and 90s, and why Christmas was better in the 80s and 90s. And he goes into everything about how the parades were better, how it was better to go to the mall, how it was better to go to the beach in the summer. And then, in the holidays, all our families would get together and
Mhm.
everybody would have big dinners, and it was more about being together, and now the malls are gutted. You know what I mean? They're closing down
Mm.
malls. I mean, I'm not like Mr. Consumerism or anything like that. Don't, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I just think it's a little fucked up that, like, like we're losing our physical touch with reality. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
and exactly. And so the reason we look back on those with nostalgia is because it was a more simplistic time. We would live to have those vacations. We lived for Christmas. We lived for Thanksgiving, Halloween with our friends. We didn't need all the pizzazz attached to them. But because we are being fed so much, and we compare now, we do compare. Well, look how they do it, and look how, and also a lot of these things are hard work. Well, in these videos, they edit out a lot of the hard work, or they fast forward through a lot of the hard work, especially if you my little kid, he loves watching like gardeners and people like planting things and growing their vegetables and harvesting them. But they always want to fast forward. Or even if you're watching cooking shows, okay, now I've got to chop the carrots. Do, like a 5 second chopping. I mean, I think that we're you're right. We are, what Spirit is saying is we're losing touch with reality. We're losing touch with that connection. The value that we put in other human beings and connections with others is being eroded, right?
Yeah.
So that's where the problem is. I'll tell you, it's a really difficult time. I know some people are like, Liz, how can you advocate for AI and robotics? The question on one of the videos I did recently was like, hey, there'll be a laundry lady. Well, you know what? Not waste, because I have to do them and I love my family and I don't mind doing it. But I can think of so many other things that I could be doing if I did not have to do laundry, mow the grass, pick up, clean up after everybody, all that stuff. And it just buys you more time, so you have to look at the positives. If we're all going to end up with a robot that does the laundry, look at, it's the same thing as like having a dishwasher. Like having a dishwasher is a big deal, especially if you live in Europe and they still, I mean, they're getting better now. But when I lived in the UK, like nobody had dishwashers. You had to stand there hand washing your dishes, rinsing them, drying them, you know. I mean, what is wrong with shortcutting some of these chores? Like, I'm all for that. I'm not for people losing their jobs, but if I can get some more time to do CTT, more education, have time to listen to things, have time to spend with my family more, because robots have come in and they're taking away some of the chores. I do not have a problem with that. And what people need to realize also, they're like, how can you say it's good and people won't know any better? I'm speaking like I've got a 6-year-old. He is growing up with Google, Echo, AI, all this access to information. He knows at 6 years old, if he doesn't know the answer to something, hey, Google, what is, 10 times 500? And Google gives him the answer. Hey Google, how do I, because he plays piano, how do I play this song on piano? Oh, let me find a video and show
You
you.
know what's scary about that, Liz? Like I mess around with like Chat GPT, like, and like I can catch chat because think about, me and you grew up in a different time. We know some of the answers to the stuff that we're asking, or like we
Mhm.
have an idea, right? But we're confirming with Chat GPT to see if it's like right or whatever. But like or like I'll have Chat GPT doing some kind of like work for me, and then like it'll print out something. I'll be like, wait, that's wrong. I know that's wrong. I'm like, I just caught you. I'm like, that's absolutely wrong. And then he'll be like, they'll, I say he, I don't know if it's a he, she, or whatever it is, AI. I mean, and it says, oh, you're right, I messed up. It's always like AI is so appeasing to you too. It always wants to like appease you any way it can. I
Yeah.
found that interesting. Like it always tries to appease you in any way. It's like very strange. Like
Yeah.
I don't like where we're heading. Like I mean, like of course, like I use AI, right? Like I'm not totally against it. Like I feel like there could be a world where we coexist, but we just gotta like stop with like I think and when I say this, I mean the world needs to slow down with like the losing touch with like our traditions and our physical lifestyle and like our like and like being out and and doing stuff. It's just like it's crazy. Like just with Amazon and Walmart.com and like everywhere else that does Go Puff, which is like you can order candy and or cigarettes and drinks and stuff. Like that's another delivery service. Like there's all these or Uber Eats and DoorDash. I mean, think about it. You don't have to go anywhere. You could literally have everything delivered to your house. And I think they want that in some sick way.
They do, but then, life is going to be what you make of it. If you are determined to get out there, be around people, if you have kids, you go to the playgrounds. If not, you're around people at the gym, you're in, maybe like card clubs, book clubs, things like that. You're going to have to really make an effort instead of just hiding behind the screen all the time.
Yeah.
So it is, but think of it for elderly people, right? Self-driving cars. Well, that's great for an elderly person that shouldn't be on the road, or maybe somebody who has disabilities that can't drive, but they're not restricted, they're not inhibited, they're not forced to stay in their home and rely on other people. They can get self-driving cars, and hopefully the government will fund that for them if they're on disability. I think these things are all going to end up being mega cheap, just like TVs. TVs were very expensive when they first came out.
Yeah.
Now, just about anybody can afford a TV, right? The internet was expensive. Now anybody can,
Do you
whatever. I
remember those
think that
big ass
these
TVs
things,
in the 80s? Like, are you the same age as me? Well, I'm 46.
yeah,
You might be younger than me, but like, do you
around,
remember those big ass TVs in the 80s? The big ones,
yeah.
we used to have, like, they were like real heavy and shit.
Yeah, and the
Remember?
water beds. There was the big screen TV and water beds. Yeah, I remember all that. I love water beds. They were great until
Oh,
they
yeah.
sprung a leak and you woke up soaking wet. But yeah, all of that stuff. But it's all become very affordable. I believe going out into the 2040s, what I get from Spirit is all of this stuff will become a much more affordable. And so people aren't confined to their homes. What if they don't feel well? What if they have to have a medical procedure and they don't have anyone to drive them to the procedure or drive them home? I think that these changes could be good. You have to, yes, there are a lot of negatives, but there are a lot of positives too. And but you have to be able to self-regulate, not get sucked into the computer and to be addicted, and also to see the positives in it. But again, we put out stock things, dividend things on the Patreon. And guys, I did a reading, this. I did a reading with David Oates. He heard me talk about it, and then he reversed speech. And if you're willing to sit there, see, if you sell, you lose. Okay,
Yeah.
but if you're willing to sit there for a few years, let them do the job that they're supposed to do, you will create a supplementary income, a passive income stream. But most people are too knee jerk, too emotional. They can't deal with investing in things and seeing money, going down, going up. I mean, that's just the name of the game. But you don't actually have to buy very many of these things as long as you have a long term plan. If you think, okay, I'm going to let them sit there for 10 years and do the job that they're supposed to do, and you will create an income stream. But everybody needs to be thinking in terms, if you know that your job is at risk, in terms of a passive income stream. And if you start now, You're ahead of the game. Use AI. Use the AI. What business can I create? You know, somebody said to me today, you'll have shops that are being run by AI, online shops that are run by AI. You don't have to do a thing. And that I thought that that was very true. So just, be creative, start thinking of things. Don't sit there in the victim mentality, because when you sit there in victim mentality, then you're already way behind everybody else who says, hey, we're going to do the best we can with what we've got. And you just have to keep pressing forward. It's coming whether we like it or not. There's nothing we can do about it. It's coming. But so sitting around moaning about it, feeling sorry for yourself, it's not going to do you any favors. All that's going to do is waste your time.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And we co-create our reality. It seems like. I mean, I know you probably talk about this in like everything you do, right? Like it seems like we co-create our reality. And maybe we could finish up on this, like so like when you're in a more positive mind state, you're more likely to create a better reality. I don't think we create all of our reality, but I do think we have some kind of input as to what we create. So, like you said, if we're in the victim mentality, that's only going to make things worse. Would you
Hmm.
agree with that, or what this?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
totally. If you have a victim mentality, and I know that things are hard, okay? I know that. I know that. But if you have a victim mentality and you have that energy about yourself, well, what are you going to draw in? Because like attracts like, right?
yeah.
So you draw that in. You draw in more problems, more victim. Listen, Liz Cross didn't always have it so easy. I can honestly tell you, when I was in university, because I went to the UK, I went to London to go to university, I had a really, really difficult time, to the point where I was homeless. I was sleeping on friends' couches.
Holy shit, you were
And thank
homeless?
God, yeah, yeah, like I was homeless, and it was, I thank God for my friends. I mean, I still thank God for them every day, because I was in such a pickle. My student loans didn't come through, my grant money didn't come through, yet I had to start university, and I had no money to start school. And they kept saying, oh, it's coming, it's coming. It never, it took months and months and months for it to come through. And
Liz,
I
is
had
that just
nowhere to
like
live. Like, I couldn't pay rent.
that exact same thing happened to me. I had to quit Penn State because of it. Like, I swear to God, on my dad's grave, like that same exact thing happened. But like, I didn't know you were like homeless too. That's insane. Like, that's like,
Yeah.
and you were in another country, right? Because you went to college in London, right?
Yeah, yeah. So I was very lucky that I had two good friends that were really helpful to me and let me sleep. One let me sleep on her bedroom floor, and the other one let me sleep on her couch. And if it weren't for those two people, I would have been sleeping on the street, because I had no money. I had to start school. I had to pursue my degree. I couldn't put it off. And yet, for whatever reason, the money didn't come through. There was a glitch, blah blah blah, and finally it came through. But I still refused to live in a victim mentality. It was okay. This is what it is. I still had to keep going, and I feel that I shed that victim or that negative, and I started drawing in more positives to me, because I was determined to get through it. I absolutely was determined.
Yeah.
And that's the way you've got to be. I mean, look, if you just sit around there, oh my God, AI and robotics is coming, I'm a victim. I mean, you're only going to create more havoc in your life.
Yeah.
You're not going to create more positives in your life. So you've really got to change your energy field. And again, I know I plug the CTT all the time, but if you guys are not doing CTT, you have to be. It's free. It's on the CTT channel. All of our group on a Monday, they turn up religiously. I thank God for those people. They turn up every Monday, and we're all working, and it's on the recording, and anybody can listen to it, and we're all helping so many other people. And it's so easy. All you have to do is to tap along and follow what we say. right? And you start over time changing your energy field. So if you're approaching what's coming, 'cause it's coming anyway, if you're approaching what's coming with a negative vibe, God help you. God help you, because you're just going to keep attracting in negatives. Change your energy field, change your biofield, change your chakras, make it more positive, attract more good things. Okay. And yeah. Oh, if you don't know how to do CTT, just Google or on the YouTube search George Duisman, Duisman CTT, and you'll see a demonstration video there. And it's real easy to do. You just use bilateral tapping on your arms. It's a great method, right? But you've got to, you guys have got to, don't look at it so negatively. I think self-driving cars for the elderly, robotic laundry ladies, somebody to do chores. I look at that as all very positive.
It could be right. It could be with yeah, absolutely, yeah, yeah. Um, I think we just have to learn how to work with it and
Hmm.
not let it overtake our reality or whatever, right? I mean that's
Absolutely.
yeah,
Don't let it take over. Exactly. Don't let it overtake your reality. Know that it's coming, and definitely say, okay, how am I going to deal with it?
yeah, absolutely.
We're very lucky to be in this age. Like I said to you, I'm watching my 6-year-old, and you do have to put the brakes on it some, so that, that he's not getting addicted to it. But if he wants to know the answer to any question, he just asks the Google. Google gives him the answer. He doesn't have to spend hours going to the library, checking out books, reading about it. You know what I mean? He gets the answer. He moves on to the next subject. And I tell you, his intelligence, because of being able to access this information so quickly, it's off the charts. So you only have to look at any kindergarten class or first grade. He's going into first grade now. First grade class, and see the difference between, first graders or kindergartners or school kids 10 years ago. The fact that they have access to all of this information is just absolutely amazing. These kids are going to be, in fact, we proved it today, they're going to be brainiacs. They're going to be really, really smart.
Wow. So it's not. So they're not actually. Yeah. I was going to say they're not losing their intelligence. They're actually going to be smarter, actually, because of the AI. You think? Right.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they are. But again, you have to have controls. Okay. So, I don't mind if he consults with Google on, spelling of words, or multiplication or adding and things like that. Now, do I let my kids play video games? Hell no, we won't go. Like, we do not do that. So, you've got to keep your kids away from that. That is so absolutely destructive. If you want to destroy someone's brain, you put a video game console or a smartphone or an iPad or something in front of them at a very young age, and get their brain to be wired for addictions, and you've totally just screwed them for life, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely screwed them for life. Because then the mothers are calling me when their kids are 20 years old. They're locked in their basements, and they can't get out of this video game addiction.
Holy
Okay. And it's the same with like the pornography addiction, the phone addictions, things like that. So, I mean, yeah, he can, hey, Google all he wants, but at the end of the day, no smartphones, no video games. There has to be restrictions on it.
yeah.
So no, we don't allow video games at all. And it's really hard, because he's like, well, what's Minecraft and what's Roblox and what's all this stuff? Well, what is it? It's a breeding ground for perverts to prey on little kids, is what it is. That's
Absolutely,
my
you're right
personal
about that.
thoughts, feelings, and
You
opinions.
Epstein was playing. It was in the Epstein files. Epstein was playing some fucking video game. I can't remember what it was, but he definitely was. He was on Microsoft something. I don't know. I don't know. I don't play games. You know, I don't know anything
Mm.
about that, but like I just read, you know, I didn't read. I watched a video about the Epstein files, and someone said that it was in the Epstein files that like Epstein and Bill Gates were playing video games together. They were probably preying on little kids in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm
like,
yeah.
like think about how crazy. Like these two men are like sadistically trying to like fuck up the whole world and like you be like evilly like you know cannibalize people and whatever else they were doing. You know, I don't know. You know, and I don't know how much we can prove, but I mean, but like it seems like I don't know. That's a whole other thing. But like here they are playing video games. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah. It's a
it's
breeding
strange.
ground.
Yeah.
Breeding ground for perverts. And so somebody just put in the comment, my 7-year-old loves video games. Congratulations. You've got a 7-year-old addict on your hands. Because I just probed to see if your 7-year-old was addicted, highly addicted. It's not good because then the addiction becomes the priority and they start shutting out everything else, right? Especially as they get older. The best thing you could do for your 7-year-old is to pull the plug. Your 7-year-old's definitely addicted, and I'm picking that up psychically.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's a mixed stuff in the chat, you know. So I mean, like, but that's what we're here for, guys. We're here to have intelligent conversations, and you know, this was an awesome show. Is thank you so much for we went way over. Like I feel bad, but
Yeah,
like
no, feel bad. It's fine. No, but I mean, it's all, yeah, okay. It's all fun and games, but then it becomes, I can't go outside. I don't want to associate with friends other than on the video game. That is my life. And so then that video game becomes their reality, or those video games become their reality. And then they don't want to go to school. They don't want to associate with other people. I see this time and time again with the CTT, right? Because the parents are like, "Oh my God, what am I going to do? My kid is totally addicted to video games. I can't get them to enjoy life. They're depressed." Yeah, they're depressed because they're like any other addict, which is, all they want to do is engage with the video games, and especially when they are teenagers. And then they have no drive. They have no desire to make anything of themselves. They don't want to finish school. They don't want to go to college. They don't want to have a career. I mean, it's a downward spiral. And I've seen it so much. Seen it so much. I've had to do a year's worth of CTT. If you think about that, a weekly session for a year just to get someone off the porn and off the video games, right? So
yeah,
that they could actually associate with people not only outside of their bedroom, but outside of their home.
yeah,
They had zero desire to do anything else. And I've seen this time and time again. So mark my words. I mean, the best thing you can do is pull the plug and not do the video games. I know I go on about it all the time, but I just worry about all these kids that have unfettered access and their parents think that they're doing them a favor because it's fun and they want them to be their friends and have fun, you know, and then you see it when they get older and they're absolutely destroyed. Their consciousness, their brain wiring has been completely destroyed. And it's easy. It's so easy to just hand your kid a game console. It gets them out of your hair. They're quiet. They're not begging for food every 5 minutes or saying, do this with me or do that with me. You can actually, especially if you work full time, it's easy to get them out of your hair with an iPad or a smartphone or video game, but you're literally setting them up for disaster.
yeah. Yeah, yeah, I mean, I agree. I can see why it could be like really because they don't stop. You know, like some people like to play those video games for like 12 hours, 24. Like it's like
Yeah, they do.
insane. It's insane. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
Yeah. And it's really once they start hitting puberty, that's when you start seeing the changes, right? So, things are changing in the brain chemistry, the wiring. That's when you start seeing the changes. And then they don't want to associate with people. They don't want to associate with friends. They don't want to try in school. They don't even want to commit to school. Yeah. So it's bad news bears all the way around. Yeah, I would say pull the plug. I'm definitely, my oldest son is so thankful at 19 that I never allowed that stuff in my house. He is just so grateful. And then my little one right now is questioning, like, oh my God, all my friends play Roblox and Minecraft and all this stuff and blah, 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 Lego Wars, whatever it is. And I'm like, well, that's up to them and their parents, but that's not something that we do. So my 6 year old is out in the garden, planting things, harvesting things, learning how to grow things. These are life skills that, if inflation keeps happening, you're going to need those life skills. So that's a much better option.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Wow, this was a great show. Yeah, this was amazing. And thank you, Liz, again. And thank you to anybody who donated. And thank you. And no, Liz, do you want to tell people how they can follow you? And you guys, everybody go subscribe over at Psychic Liz Cross and on YouTube. But like, yeah, tell people how they can follow and how they can sign up for your Patreon and everything. And thank you.
Oh, well, just go to psychiclizcross.com and go to the YouTube channel if you're not already there. Thank you all. I just am so appreciative for all of you. I really do appreciate. I appreciate you, Rom. Thank you for having me on your show. And like you said, we've been doing this for 4 years,
Yeah.
and it's been great. So thank you. I've always enjoyed it.
Me too. Me too. I like how grounded you are about things, like you're not, like some people in this community are like kind of like, I don't know, like, but you're very like grounded and like in reality. And I need that sometimes, like I like to have all different kinds of people on the show, but like I love your perspective on stuff, So yeah, yeah.
Well,
And thank you.
well, thanks. You have to be in the reality. Yeah, a lot of, airy fairy. Oh, don't worry. Nasara is coming. All your debts will be forgiven. You won't have to worry about having money. There's going to be a pot of gold in your driveway. No, that's not happening. But, everybody has to have their version of reality. So you can't judge. But yeah, I'm definitely not one of those because I want to do it the right way. you know. I want
Yeah,
to get rid of the negative blockages, and I want to, keep going and learn more about how the universe works and how we can make a better life for ourselves in it. So yeah, I'm just so appreciative. We have the best group out there. Honestly, our group is so smart, and I just thank them so much.
absolutely. That's awesome. Hell yeah. Yeah. And thank you to anybody who showed up from Liz's group and thank you guys, everybody. And yeah, and that's it, guys. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. I have 3 shows tomorrow. So it's going to be another
Awesome.
busy day tomorrow. So thank you guys.